Alyssa Milano is a television star who has featured in multiple hit programs over the years, including Who's the Boss?, Melrose Place, and Charmed. She got her start in the industry at a young age. As she was coming of age, she feared she would be pigeonholed as a result of her role on Who's the Boss, but she thankfully managed to transform herself into a mature actress who still turns heads to this day. Join Facts First as we explore how Alyssa Milano's transformation is turning heads after Who's the Boss. Alyssa Milano was born in Brooklyn towards the end of 1972. Her mother was a famous fashion designer, while her father was an editor who worked with film scores. Despite her parents living in proximity to the entertainment industry, it wasn't as a result of either of them that Alyssa was introduced to showbiz herself. Instead, that was from a babysitter who took her to an audition. She was taken to her first audition by a babysitter at age 7. The audition was for the role of Annie in a touring production, and the babysitter didn't ask Alyssa's parents for permission. Alyssa was chosen to play the role, at which point the babysitter was forced to give the news to the young girl's parents. Instead of being upset, her parents decided they were interested in letting their daughter become a star. Alyssa's mother accompanied her throughout the duration of the touring production, which lasted for 18 months. Upon her return, she had truly caught the acting bug. After returning to New York City with her mother, she continued to perform on stage. She also began performing on the small screen via commercials. Pretty soon, she was a legitimate star with her own agent. She made her film debut in 1984 in a dramatic coming-of-age film called Old Enough. It was a critical darling, winning the first prize at that year's Sundance Film Festival. Who's the Boss made Alyssa a teen idol. The same year she made her debut on the big screen, she also started performing her iconic role on Who's the Boss. Alyssa was cast in the series as the daughter of Tony Danza's character, and the two stars loved working with each other. Their effortless chemistry helped them play a great father-daughter pair, and the show proved a hit with audiences. This turned the young actress into a full-blown teen idol. Her appearance on the hit show led to her appearing in more films, including the Arnold Schwarzenegger starring action classic Commando. Alyssa was 12 at the time, which was released in 1985. Another film she starred in around that time was The Canterville Ghost, which wasn't nearly as big of a commercial success. But the film ended up catching on in Japan, and this oddly resulted in Alyssa being given a record deal in that country. She released several albums as a pop star in Japan during her teen years, but she continued being better known in the States for her acting abilities. Who's the Boss ended in 1992, at which point Alyssa was slightly nervous about her future career prospects. Alyssa didn't want to be another cautionary tale. Not wanting to be pigeonholed in her Who's the Boss role, she appeared in a 1992 independent film that aimed to shed her innocent image. In the film, which was called Where the Day Takes You, she was cast as a teenage prostitute. This was certainly a much darker role than the one the actress had played on Who's the Boss, and audiences were quick to remark on the young woman's range. The film was a modest hit within the indie film circuit, earning the Golden Space Needle Award at that year's Seattle International Film Festival. Though Alyssa feared she'd have trouble finding work after Who's the Boss, she ended up getting 2 more iconic roles on TV within the remainder of the decade alone. Those were Melrose Place and Charmed. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Alyssa appeared in a few erotic B-movies. Alyssa Milano didn't have anything to worry about after Who's the Boss came to an end, as she received several other notable television roles over the course of the 90s. Before taking on these roles, however, Alyssa had a bit of an identity crisis that led to her appearing nude in a couple of B-movies. These included Embrace of the Vampire and Deadly Sins. They were released directly to video, and the promise of getting to see Alyssa Milano topless helped copies fly off the shelves. Alyssa has come to somewhat regret appearing nude in these films, though she claims the experiences weren't all that uncomfortable. Thankfully, TV producer Aaron Spelling saved Alyssa from the world of erotic B-movies. By 1996, the producer's popular primetime soap opera Melrose Place had been on the air for several years and was in need of some fresh blood. Aaron felt Alyssa would make a perfect addition to the show's cast, and she was subsequently introduced to the show as the character of Jennifer Mancini. Though Alyssa's performance as Jennifer proved a hit with audiences, she was only on the show for a season. The reason she left Melrose Place behind was because she'd been offered a more lucrative role on another television program. That was Charmed, a supernatural drama that featured Alyssa as one of its 3 leads. Alyssa played a witch named Phoebe Halliwell. The show lasted for 8 seasons, all of which featured Alyssa as Phoebe. The show proved a bigger success for Alyssa than her time on Melrose Place had been, revitalizing her star power a great deal. Today, Alyssa is considered television royalty. By the time Charmed ended in 2008, Alyssa had achieved the status of television royalty. With 3 hit shows under her belt, it looked like casting Alyssa was the ticket to television success. However, her winning streak sadly came to an end when she filmed a failed pilot called Reinventing the Wheelers. The show was supposed to come on the air in 2007, but didn't make it past the first episode. Following this slight disappointment, Alyssa could be seen in a handful of episodes of the hit sitcom My Name is Earl. As acting opportunities began to dry up, Alyssa Milano began to turn more and more towards activism. She's always been passionate about her beliefs, and she's flirted with activism many times since receiving her breakout role on Who's the Boss. Her first notable bit of activism came in the late 80s when she appeared on The Phil Donahue Show alongside an AIDS-stricken fan. That fan was Ryan White, and he was a preteen who had reached out to Alyssa after being diagnosed with the illness. On The Phil Donahue Show, Alyssa kissed Ryan White on the lips. She did this to reduce social stigma surrounding people with AIDS, as most people continued to believe that kissing someone with AIDS would cause the illness to spread. Alyssa's charitable deed helped her gain even deeper respect from her already massive base of fans. In the decades since, Alyssa has continued to exude this charitable spirit. Alyssa's charitable work and future in Hollywood. In more recent years, Alyssa Milano has worked with organizations such as UNICEF and PETA for charitable causes. Her work with UNICEF has seen her continue to work with those affected by AIDS. However, her work with UNICEF has focused on people from third world countries afflicted with the illness instead of people who have been afflicted with it stateside. As far as her PETA work, she appeared in a 2007 advertisement for the organization that advocated a vegetarian lifestyle. In the commercial, she wore a dress made out of vegetables. She's never been afraid to speak in politics either. She supported Bernie Sanders in the 2016 election before supporting Joe Biden in 2020. Today, she's nearly 50 years old. She's claimed she and Tony Danza are preparing to work on a sequel series to Who's the Boss that will focus on the father-daughter relationship of their characters in the present, with Alyssa's character as a single mother. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite role of Alyssa Milano? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.